If you're considering a plant-based diet, but you're a bit hesitant, well, you're not alone. There are plenty of myths out there. And here to share her thoughts is Dr. Vicki Peterson. She's a certified clinical nutritionist. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for joining us. At plant-based diets, we've been hearing a lot about them over the years. There might be some folks out there who are a bit maybe skeptical, hesitant on trying them, and I'm sure they're certainly not alone.
They're definitely not alone. And we're going to be debunking some myths, which I'm excited about. But I think a good introduction is the fact that research really looking at longevity around the world finds that those cultures that have a very strong plant-based diet live the longest, have less incidence of cancer, heart disease, diabetes, obesity, all of the degenerative diseases we're trying to avoid. Those cultures do very well with, and it is attributed to the power of plants.
But you mentioned that there are plenty of myths out there regarding these fully plant-based diets, and one of which a lot of people think if they're just eating plants and greens all day, they're not going to get enough protein.
That is probably the biggest misconception. First of all, even fruits and vegetables have some protein. Now, not a lot, but they have some. So do grains. And then going up from there, you have nuts and seeds and nut butters, and then also the whole family of beans and legumes. At the very top is soy. And you have to make sure that your soy is an organic source and not GMO. But other than that, soy is a wonderful source of protein. So when you combine all of these, you have a lot of richness in your diet, and you will get plenty of protein. But you have to be mindful for sure.
Yeah. Be aware of what you're putting into your body. A lot of people would associate that protein with the meats, which brings up your next point, is that they think if they're lacking in that department of eating their meats, that they won't be able to build the muscle and the strength that they need.
Yes, and that was debunked by a recent documentary called Game Changers. I don't know if you saw it, but it was very interesting. And it turns out that literally the world's strongest man, he has that award, is completely vegan. He's completely plant-based. He's not just plant strong, but absolutely no meat whatsoever. My son, we did this, a little bit of an experiment. He didn't think he could continue to be strong, and he's has been an elite athlete. He's now more a doctor than an elite athlete, but he stays very strongly in shape. And he switched to a very strong plant-based diet and didn't miss a beat, but we really worked at it. So he's been encouraging for the younger generation in that regard as well. So yeah, you have to be smart about it, but it's, an interesting point is that protein is more easily broken down from a non-animal source than it is from an animal source. So it's actually more bioavailable to us. You just have to make sure you're getting the right balance and the right complement. But yeah, it's easier to digest.
And there is plenty of variety out there, which brings up our next myth. A lot of people think that a plant-based diet is boring. I have to eat steamed vegetables all the time.
Yes, and I love my own kitchen because I get to have a high flavor profile. But if I'm traveling or going to a restaurant and I say I just want vegetables, I said, and do not bring me just steamed vegetables on a plate. I will be unhappy. So there's the variety of the beans and the soy and the nuts, as we talked about. And then, you saute them in a little olive oil or avocado oil, and you have a base of garlic or onions or something like that, and seasonings, but garlic and onions are from the allium family. They're anti-cancer. So having an abundance of those when you cook. So, and then roasting vegetables, so easy. Just, you put it on a pan and into the oven it goes, and they're delicious. So you can have them hot or cold. So there's a lot of variety. My website has hundreds of recipes, and they're all plant-based. So if anybody needs inspo.
Yeah, well, I like your ideas too of just trying different cooking styles and plenty of seasonings too. There are a lot of options out there. All right, the last myth that we're going to debunk is the fact that people think you're not going to be able to enjoy yourself. You're not going to have options when you go out to restaurants. Maybe that lifestyle of yours is going to change. We're seeing a lot of actual plant-based restaurants or even just more options appear on menus nowadays.
Absolutely. And so the first thing you can do is, do a little research ahead of time if you're going out with friends and see menus that cater a little bit better to your needs. If you're really stuck and you find yourself in a restaurant that's predominantly meat-based, they have side dishes. So I'm definitely the queen of 3 side dishes versus an entree. And what I tell my patients is, look at the entire menu like you're looking at what is just in the kitchen. Mm-hmm. So just because the salmon, as an example, is with mashed potatoes with lots of cream and butter, but you also see a baked potato somewhere else and you see a side of broccoli in another dish, just really look at it from, well, they have all these things. So, and then you creatively say, I'd like A, B, and C. And a nice restaurant will accommodate. I mean, they're there to make you happy. So, but sometimes people just say, well, it was paired with this, and so I have no other choice. If I am having fish that night, I'm having salmon, then I have to get it with these creamy potatoes. And you don't. You can just look at the entire menu and make it your own.
Make those swaps, and hey, who knows? Maybe this plant-based diet is for you. You got to give it a try. Dr. Peterson, thank you so much for joining us.
It was a pleasure. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too. And you can watch this interview again and get a refresher on those myths that we were debunking based on the plant-based diet over on roadshow.com.